child of God. The simplicity of being a child of God is that it doesn't matter what age you are, from the moment of incarnation, birth, you are a child of God, here to remember the innocence, the perfection, the light that is your true spirit. Everyone that comes into this world has the same purpose, which is to remember. How do we remember? It's really having the wanting. All of a sudden, somewhere in your life, you realize that there's a deeper purpose, a deeper mission almost that you've come to fulfill. It doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter how old you are. It hits sometime in your life. It hits and you go, I'm here for another purpose. I'm here for a bigger purpose than what I thought. And the bigger purpose is to bring love to everyone. It sometimes seems easy to say, I'm going to bring love. But when you are walking in the world, you have looked at everything through the lens of everybody being separate. And here, Spirit is asking you to melt into the oneness with all beloveds, and no longer be believing that you are separate in any way. The separation looks like everybody is different, like everyone has a different name and a different purpose. But in truth, you are not your name. You are not another purpose. You are the love that was created. And each day has the opportunity of discovering more and more of your heart, your kindness, your gentleness, your honesty, because that's what the pure spirit is. Kindness, gentleness, purity, innocence, honesty. There's a teaching that says, isn't it easier to say the word hate than it is to say the word love? Even if it's just attached to likes and dislikes of, I hate soup, but I love hamburgers. But once the word hate is part of the choice, it makes everything be a like or a dislike. And eventually, the likes and dislikes will disappear when they're no longer held sacredly. They'll disappear because everything will be seen as perfect. Everything will be seen through love. And the urge to love will get stronger and stronger and stronger, because We're here to love. We're here to remember love. Child of God. It's not too big of a name for what you truly are. You bring peace. You bring the beauty of your soul, and you bring the divine spirit that is forever. Here I am, declaring the love within my heart. Here I want to affirm the love that is our Divine Mother. We are here forever to love. Here in this school of love, I have come to give thanks to all the divine beings that are here within the light of the Divine Mother. I'm not here to praise or to aggrandize myself. I am here to remember the hugeness of love. And within this light, we are the perfect love. To love together with all beloveds, all of us praising God. Here within this power, we are here to give thanks to the Divine Mother and Father. The healing that we are receiving within the heart is the reality of love. And we give thanks for our healing. Eu aqui vou seguindo, declarando o amor dentro do meu coração. Eu aqui quero afirmar o amor de nossa mãe, para sempre eu amar. Aqui, na escola do amor, eu venho agradecer a todos os seres divinos dentro da luz de nossa mãe. Para sempre vou louvar e nunca me agradecer. Sou pequeno do tamanho do amor, oh grande agradecer. Amar a todos os meus irmãos, todos nós seguindo juntos, se o Deus puder louvar e nunca me agradecer. Aqui dentro do poder, devemos agradecer a nosso Pai, a nossa Mãe, as curas que vamos recebendo dentro do coração, amando e engrandecendo. The blessings of the waters of truth, of love, of cleansing. We praise and we bring truth through all aspects of the earth. The willingness to see the beauty in every spirit that is within every element of the earth itself. Salve Mother Nana, salve, 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 salve the depth of the lake, salve, 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 salve Mother Yemanja, salve, 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 salve the waves of the sea. Salve, 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 salve Mother Oshun. Salve, 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 salve the waters of the river. Salve, 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 salve all the waters. Salve, 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 salve the depth of the sea. Salve, salve, salve. I have learned so much. I have learned so much from God that I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, or a Jew. The truth has shared so much of itself with me that I can no longer call myself a man, a woman, an angel, or even pure soul. Love has completely befriended me, so completely it has turned to ash and freed my soul of every concept and image that my mind has ever known. I have learned so much. Learning is what we truly are here for. Learning the mysteries of the universe. Every time that you think that something is known about the universe, it's time to stop and ask to be taken deeper, to let the universe speak to you, to let the mysteries of love communicate with you, and to be available for that divine communication. To remember the truth of love. How do we find the truth of love except by trusting in the masters that came before, and also trusting in the heart's response to the masters that came before? To touch into the peace and the harmony and the truth of their love that they so willingly share. Then as you take that love in from every master, you learn that it's the same reflection that is within you. No master has walked the earth to prove that they were better, more advanced, or that they were superior in any way. There's no superiority in love, only the divine equality of love. Everyone is equal in love. There's no one that has less in the truth of them than anyone else does. But how do you find that love, and how do you see that love when you're in the world? When everything seems to be what you think you see, instead of going beyond what you think you see into the heart and really have the vision of love come through your heart, so that you can see how innocent and pure everything is, everyone is, and the acceptance of that purity. The world of attachment is maybe the greatest obstacle to remembering love. The world of attachment says, I need from the outside. I need to control from the outside. But every time that there's an attempt at control, it always ends up not meeting your heart's wanting. In every path, one of the main ingredients to the remembering of love is to allow all the likes and dislikes, all the rights and the wrongs, the good and the bad, to be given back to God, and to be free of all sense of duality, of being split, of having likes and dislikes that hold you a prisoner. Now, nobody thinks of being held a prisoner by likes and dislikes. Nobody thinks that that's really a problem. What's it to like something and to dislike something else? But with every like and every dislike, it's separation. And it's a setup, because every time that you think that something is a like, you try to hold on to it. And you want to prove that it's a like. And then it's not there. You don't have it with you anymore, the like. And then maybe there's a dislike, an item that you've disliked in the past, an idea that you've disliked, but now you have to grapple with the dislike. And in truth, it has no meaning other than the meaning that you're giving to it. I used to use the example that what would happen if you were attached to everybody else's opinions about likes and dislikes, and a friend said to you, I think you'd look better if you cut your hair like completely almost off. And you do it because you want them to be happy, you want them to like you, you want to do the right thing, so you cut all your hair off. And then this same friend comes to you and says, no, I think I liked it better long. And there you are. You're in your likes and dislikes, and you're right and wrong. But there's no pleasing. There's no winning. It will always be the up and the down of this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. And there's no peace, because there's a battle going on, even if you don't see it as a battle. There's a split that's happening, that you believe that there's good in the world, and then there is things that you don't like in the world. But the practice is really to accept everything, to want to see the truth of everything beyond its temporary form. What if you only liked German Shepherd dogs? They were the only dogs that had any value to them in your mind because you liked the way they looked and the way they behaved. And so only German Shepherd dogs were worth your attention. So then another beloved being comes up that's not in the form of a German Shepherd dog. Do you close your heart to that being because they don't look like the German Shepherd dog? Or do you change your mind and open yourself to seeing the perfection beyond the form? Because the German Shepherd form didn't mean anything, and the Chihuahua form doesn't mean anything. Within each of those forms is a divine spirit that's in complete equality to everything and everyone. Do you welcome them all? Do you respect them all? Do you honor them all as the light of God? Because they are the light of God. And it's your journey to remember and to accept them as the light of God. Do you like only short-haired cats? Or are cats with long hair, are they okay? Do you believe that your opinion, your judgment of the cat means something because you've given it meaning? But while you're looking with admiration at the short-haired cat, the long-haired cat is a spirit too, and is looking for connection, is looking to connect with you and learn to have that love radiating between the two of you. There are beloveds who are truly only interested in having pedigreed dogs. Dogs who are mixed aren't of the same value. Where is the beginning of this belief? Where did this develop within each person that there are ones that are acceptable and ones that are not acceptable? And this is not about dogs and cats. It's about really everything. If you have a mailman that comes to the door, but every time he comes to the door, he drops the mail and it gets wet before he is able to put it through the slot. And you go to pick up the mail and the mail is all wet. You have a choice in that moment. Are you then angry at the mailman because he drops the mail? Does it diminish him in your eyes because he didn't fulfill his job in the way that you see it to be fulfilled? These are all the questions that have to be brought to your mind and to be really freed from all the limitations and all the ideas of differences that have been put into the world, because the ego has put the differences in the world so that you believe that this is what is real. It seems so real because there's so many facets to it, and yet it's not. There's only love. There's only harmony. There's only peace. There's only gentleness. There's only innocence. And the entire purpose of being here on this earth plane is to remember that truth and only live in that love and as that love. I have learned so much from God that I can no longer call myself a Christian, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a Jew. is there something wrong with being called one of those names as far as an identity with a path? Eventually, yes, because you can't be any of those temporary identities, and you start to go beyond the identity of any path that says you have to be within this parameter to be right. Opening to the not knowing is essential. What is it that you think you know about anything? What is it that runs? If you are in the habit from the past of everything that is running, it is always going to be the past within time. How many times have you had a reaction to something that someone has said or done that reminded you of something in the past, and you have a visceral reaction to it because you still hold it as the reality of who you are? And that's why love keeps calling to completely surrender everything that you think you know, especially from the past. But the thing is that you can't actually know anything unless it comes from the past. It's not coming from the future. It's not coming from the present, because in the present, everything is perfect. So it has to be coming from the past. And the past is what you're here to let go of. That you are not limited, that you are not stuck in time, that you are not male, female, your age, your name. You use those within the world, but they're not what or who you are. I've learned so much. I can no longer even call myself a man, a woman, an angel, or a pure soul. Everything is a limitation. And where does it have to start? It has to start with the willingness to let go of what you've held as the past. Where did it come from? What habits did you develop that says now that you are only this, when you're really being called open to making that true connection, that there's no separation between you and anyone. Anyone. It's every stranger that you see in the street is your beloved, is your brother, is your sister. Can you look at them and see the beauty that they carry and let that be a reflection of the beauty that is within? If you see someone with a critical eye of, let me unconsciously see if I approve of the way that they behave, the wait and see, the idea that you wait and see if you approve of someone, or that you silently carry a grievance. You silently carry suspicions or caution about who someone else is or how they behave. And you keep score in a very quiet kind of way. You keep score by remembering when they have not fulfilled their obligations, when they have not treated you as you think you need to be treated, when they have not been respectful. Whatever it is, you're keeping score. And with everyone that you keep score about, you then use that score to really put it on everyone else, to see if they measure up. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy that goes into protection and defense. And all that Spirit is asking is to come undefended. Undefended. Not the easiest thing in the world to do when you have been programmed in defending. From the time a child is in preschool, they learn to some things are theirs, some things they have to share, but it's kind of a cautious place because you never know. But as you develop in the spiritual truth, all of that is being asked to be let go, that you don't know who they are. You forgot their divine self, their beauty, their perfection. And we have to relearn truth and forget lies. If you know what the lies are, because most beloveds don't know what the lies are. There is a teaching that I used very deeply because the split of hatred was very dominant. And the split of hatred said, these people are your enemies. They've proven it so. And they're going to stay there until the call came that everything had to be healed. And the teaching was that the holiest of all the spots on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. An ancient hatred. I was very aware of what the ancient hatred was within. Not all of it, but a great deal of it. And that was the holiest place on earth, was where an ancient hatred had become a present love. Could I stretch? Could I open? Could I dive in and want that ancient hatred to be turned into a present love? The choice became obvious. How could I experience the happiness and the joy of love if I was holding some beloveds as the cause of pain? I had to learn to see them in their innocence. I had to let the slate be cleaned completely so that I could learn to love. And those beloveds that had been my enemies became my teachers because I had to learn to love beyond their fears, beyond my fears, beyond their hatred, beyond my hatred. And come to the realization that I couldn't heal and I couldn't come to complete happiness without them. So they had to come home with me. They had to come home into the light. Whether they knew it or not, I had to bring them into my heart and let that all be healed. The power of God, the power of the universe, with your yes, with your willingness, can heal anything, absolutely anything. There is not one relationship from the past, not one situation from the past that cannot be healed. But the willingness is what is being asked for. The willingness to see through the truth of love, the truth of light, and be willing to see it differently, to see without the likes and dislikes. The likes and dislikes are the secret weapon that everybody uses. It's like looking at something or someone and assessing through likes and dislikes, mostly unconsciously. And yet, every beloved is being asked to become conscious, to be present and aware that there is a choice about the mind always. Do I know who you are? Do I know what you are? Yes, but it's only love. Nothing else can come with it. Nothing else can be held and peace be really found. The peace that you are, the peace and love and light that is the truth within, is a choice that gets made daily, moment to moment. What am I believing? And where's my love? Where is my devotion? Where is my willingness? The constant yes to love is essential. I have learned so much. Every beloved is here to learn the truth of love, to learn the truth of all creation. I've learned so much, and yet I've learned nothing. I've learned nothing because there's nothing to learn. It's the giving up of everything that has been learned, and then waiting, patiently waiting for truth, for the light to lead the way. I've learned so much, and I know nothing.